Hey guys, Dan the Wolfman here for ProMMANow.com with Ulysses Gomez, about to make his UFC debut on the Fox card this Saturday. How's it going?
Good, man. Just hanging out, Just it's the hurry up and wait game now. Just gotta wait to weigh in, and then have fun after that.
Well, I'm sure this is something you've been looking forward to, dreaming about since the day you first saw UFC or the day you started training.
Yeah, I mean, I think when I watched the first UFC, actually, I know when I watched the first UFC, I thought it was pro wrestling. And then once I found out pro wrestling was fake and the UFC was real, I gravitated towards the UFC. And it's something that I remember when I was in high school, telling people when I was like 15, 16 years old, that I was to be a UFC fighter. And they'd look at me like, yeah, all right, whatever. And then a couple people probably told me, I'm pretty sure a lot of people told me I was an idiot, but I didn't listen to them. And then once I started training and actually fighting, I would tell them I want to be a UFC fighter. They would be like, they wouldn't tell me I was an idiot because they knew I'd beat them up. But I know in the back of their head, they're probably like, dude, you're too small. But look at me now,
Look at me now. Now you got all the lighter weight classes, and they're here, and they put on exciting fights. And you'll be able to go to your high school reunion. And
they just had the 10-year reunion last year. I didn't go, man, because I was training for a fight. I kind of wish I did.
You'll go the 15th or 20th. You'll be right. So, how's your nerves right now going into the first UFC fight? I say it's just like any other fight. You just go out there and perform, and one cage is the same as any other.
You know what, man? I don't really. I get more excited than nervous. But I'm not really nervous for this fight. I think for the simple fact that because I took the fight on short notice, all I've been doing is just training, eat, sleep, train, repeat, that kind of stuff. So I don't have time to get nervous.
Okay. So Saturday, when dawn awakes bright-eyed and rosy-fingered.
When what?
When dawn awakes bright-eyed and rosy-fingered, as it did in the Iliad for Ulysses. So I'm throwing that out there for the intellectuals out there.
That was straight over my head.
What do
you guys understood that?
I didn't think anyone was going to get it. Saturday? What's the routine on fight day?
Well, it's kind of interesting because every time I fight, I've always been like later on in the fight card or the main or the co-main event. I'm the first fight of the night, So and I kind of like it because I know the show starts at 2:00. By 2:10, I'll be in the cage. By 2:45 at the latest, I'll be done.
That's actually good for you because the time should be pretty strict then. Because if they're not going to start you late, because it would mess up the rest of the card.
Yeah, they're not
so you
should early because it's live.
You should know exactly however long you want to warm up. You should be able to do it, which is nice. I've had it before where where it was wake up and get in the ring. I had that happen to me, and that sucks. Yeah. I mean, they're pushing me out. I'm like, give me at least a minute to jump up and down, try and get a sweat going. While I was putting the gloves on. So. But that was old school days. Tell people about your fighting style. What should new viewers know about you?
Well, I mean, the way I look at it, there's gonna be 18,000 people in that arena. Probably about a couple 100,000 people watching on TV. Out of all those people, probably only 3,000 have ever seen me fight. Mm-hmm. So this is my chance to make a good first lasting impression on them. I'm known more for a grappler, but I do have a pretty good boxing. You know what I mean? I like to go out there and I like to fight with the best of my abilities, and I think this will be an exciting fight.
You get a lot of good takedowns from, I've seen you fight a couple times in the past as a fan, and then I've watched a couple of your fights preparing, for this card and to interview you. It seems you get a lot of good takedowns. Did you have a wrestling background?
I wrestled 2 weeks in high school. Then I had like 2 matches. I got pinned both times. And I was like, this sucks. I quit. I stopped wrestling. Then after I graduated high school, I started doing jiu-jitsu. In hindsight, looking back, I kind of wish I would have stuck with it.
You got pretty good takedowns for a jiu-jitsu guy.
It's not bad. I mean, sometimes with MMA, sometimes you gotta see what people are doing and what works, and you just gotta pretty much mimic them.
And who are you training with? Are you still a Cobra Kai guy and Striking Unlimited, or was that in the past?
No, I'm at Cobra Kai still, but I recently switched over to Extreme Couture's. Okay. A lot of good guys over there I can train with. Kyle Griffin helps with my wrestling, and there's a lot of guys up there that push me. And it's always nice because at any given moment, someone's training for a fight, so the intensity is always high.
So being a Cobra Kai guy, if you get an opportunity, you're going to sweep the leg?
I'm putting him in a body bag?
Yeah.
I'll think about it.
I mean, kick him in the knee, do whatever you got to do. Man can't stand, he can't fight.
Right, maybe do the crane thing. Yeah.
It works pretty good for Leota.
Man, whatever works, man. If it's there and won't get me in trouble, I'm going to do it.
All right. Anything else you'd like to talk about today before your upcoming fight? Personal issues? Anything about home, your family?
One of my buddies from work. He just got diagnosed with cancer. He has 3 different kinds. It's lymphatic, colon. I forget what the third one is, but he doesn't have insurance, so he kind of has to foot the bill himself. So we're trying to raise the money for him. We got like $4,000 or $5,000 already raised up. I think the goal was 30. So what I'm gonna do is my fight shorts, I'm gonna raffle them off. My plan is to be it's a $5 ticket. You know, so if you just donate $5 to the cause, you know, put your name in a hat. Obviously, if you donate more than $5, you get more tickets, and just whoever, I'm just gonna draw a name out of the hat. Well, I won't draw the name. I'm gonna have him draw the name out, and then whoever finds it gets the shorts. I'm trying to see if I can get some of the guys on the UFC that fight on the card with me to sign the shorts. So I'm trying to see what I can do right now, but that's pretty much the plan.
Right, guys on the card, get your pens out and sign some shorts.
I mean, it's for a good cause. I mean, at the very least, it's like, now that I have this opportunity to fight on the big stage, I realize like there's more important things than a fight. Like, yes, I can go out there and I could beat John in the first minute, or I can get knocked down in the first minute, but it's pretty much trivial because, when my buddy has cancer and he's, on his deathbed for the most part, which I hope he doesn't die, and I don't think he will, but still, there's more important things than just a fight. Like, a basketball game is like, yeah, like I want the Lakers to win, but at the same time, it's like there's more important things than just a basketball.
Yeah, and it's a shame, so many people in America are inflicted with diseases, and many do not have insurance. I do not have insurance, and I think a lot of people can sympathize with.
I got insurance now because of the UFC, so thank you. But yeah, I mean, it's one of those things. It's like this is the first time I've had insurance for a long, long time. Since I pretty much moved out my parents' house, and it's difficult. You know what I mean? I mean, there's a lot of people that are less fortunate than us, and if this helps him out, which I know it will, I mean, I'll go out of my way to help him right out. Okay,
very good. Going back to the fight, what do you know of your opponent? What do you expect this fight to look like?
I really expect a grimy fight. You know what I mean? He's a tough guy. He's great wrestling. Good hands. He throws hard. You know what I mean? He throws the bad intentions. We're both gonna get beat up. I might look a little bit uglier. He might look a little bit uglier, by the time the fight's over. But I really expect a tough fight. You know what I mean? I'm not taking him lightly, and I know that it's. I'm looking for the fight of the night. Actually, I'm looking for fight in the submission tonight because I'm trying to get paid.
There you go. And usually some of the early fights always set the tone for the fight that follows them. Yeah. So if you guys started off good and you go to work, hopefully we'll have a really good night of fights.
Like the way I look at it, a lot of people never see me fight, so I got to make a last impression on them. And we've had like 4 or 5 flyweight fights in the UFC, and they've all been good. And I'm not looking to make my fight bad.
Okay, very good. Anywhere someone can follow you on Twitter, keep up with what's going on, anything like that?
Yeah, I mean, pretty much everything is Ulysses Gomez. Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, just, put my name, Ulysses Gomez. My website's Ulysses Gomez, so that's why I have all the information about the shorts and all that for my buddy. And, I mean, hit me up. I try to, lately, because I've been training so much, because I had such a short time for the train for this fight, I haven't been responding to a lot of people like I would like. But after this fight, if you hit me up, I'll definitely. I mean, I respond to all my emails. I'm not one, and I make all my own tweets. I'm not one of those guys that that tweets something that's not coming from them. You know what I mean? So.
Anything you want to say to the underground?
The underground, UG stands for Ulysses Gomez. The underground. You know what I mean? So I love you, McCall.
You're the real UG top team.
Yeah, I'm the real UG. Not really. But no, I mean since I pretty much started training, I started training August 1st, 2001, and I think I started posting on the underground like September or like October of 2001. So I've been there for a long time. You know what I mean? And I was just back then I was just a keyboard warrior with dreams. Now I'm a little bit tougher keyboard warrior with a bigger dream now. So I appreciate all those guys for supporting me.
Well, congratulations, and if you ever talk to your old jiu-jitsu instructor, Mark, tell him to watch out for some eye jabs. And guys, go to ProMMANow.com for all your information. Subscribe to my YouTube page at DanTheWolfman1, and check out thecombatsystem.com. Thank you very much.
Always, thanks.